Section 1, The Daily Treasure Hunt. An introduction to finding lost change. Every day a small treasure hunt unfolds. It happens in places you visit all the time. They are rushing from their cars. They are fumbling for keys. They are counting out payment for a coffee. In these moments, something small and valuable falls. It clinks on the pavement. It rolls under a cart. It disappears into a crack. Most people never look back, but I do. I find money that people drop, and I find it every single day. The simple hobby has turned my daily errands into exciting expeditions. It's a wonderful feeling, like the world has left a small gift just for you. This is more than just picking up pennies. It is a quiet, personal version of a show like the one I host. Instead of a dusty attic, my search is in the concrete jungle. Instead of a large painting, my prize is a tiny metal disc, but the thrill is the same. Section 3, The Art of the Search. My step-by-step routine. A successful hunt is not about luck, it is about having a system. My routine is simple, but it is effective. It starts before I even leave the house. I prepare a small kit for my journey. This is not a big, clunky toolbox. It is a small pouch that fits easily into my pocket or car glove box, a pair of thin, disposable gloves, a tiny, powerful magnet on a keychain, a very soft brush, like a makeup brush, my smartphone, flashlight, and camera. Being prepared means I can investigate a find without causing any damage. When I arrive at a location, like a grocery store lot, I do not just wander aimlessly. I follow a pattern. I start with the cart corrals, and these are fantastic spots. People push their carts in. The movement can dislodge a coin. Coins can get stuck in the cart's undercarriage. I do a slow walk around the entire corral, looking under returned carts and along the metal or concrete base. I use my phone's flashlight to peer into darker corners. People often stand here while organizing their belongings. A prime drop zone. After checking the corrals, I move to the parking spaces themselves. I walk in a slow, deliberate grid pattern, focusing where doors open. I pay special attention to the driver's side. I look near the front tires. I look near the back tires. Coins often roll and stop against tires. I scan the ground about 5 to 10 feet ahead, looking for circular shapes or the glint of metal on asphalt. Final part. Close inspection near the storefront. I walk the curb and check around newspaper boxes, vending machines, and public trash cans. Places where people pause and handle money. I use my soft brush to gently sweep away leaves or dirt from sidewalk cracks. You'd be amazed what's hiding under a thin layer of debris. This methodical approach ensures I cover likely areas thoroughly. It turns chaos into a manageable search area, increasing my chances of a find. You do not need to invest in expensive equipment to become a successful coin finder. My toolkit is proof of that. It is minimalist, practical, and everything fits in my pocket. The most essential tool is the smartphone in my pocket. Its camera is invaluable. When I find something unusual, I take a clear, well-lit picture of the obverse. I also photograph the reverse. That photo becomes my research tool. Every coin has a story, but some stories are better than others. My most memorable find happened on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. I was making a quick stop at the grocery store, and the parking lot was slick with water. Most people were rushing, heads down, just trying to stay dry. But the rain actually helps the hunt. It washes away the dust and makes metal objects shine. As I walked toward the entrance, I saw a dark, tarnished-looking quarter sitting in a shallow puddle near the curb. It looked different from a modern quarter. It had a deeper, softer gleam to it, even through the grime. I picked it up, my heart beating a little faster. I took it home and gently rinsed it under cool water, patting it dry with a soft cloth. I did not scrub it. I could just make out the date, 1964. Any coin collector knows that quarters made in 1964 and earlier are composed of 90% silver. In that moment, this was not just 25 cents. It was a small piece of silver bullion. Its value was tied to the price of a precious metal, not just its face value. It was probably worth several dollars. It was not a lottery win, but the feeling was incredible. I had found real treasure hidden in plain sight on a day when everyone else was just trying to get out of the rain. That silver quarter now sits in a protective case as the star of my collection. Another find was less about monetary value and more about pure curiosity. I was checking the rejection tray of a Coinstar machine, a habit of mine. Tucked in the corner was a strange, thick coin, much larger than a quarter. Copper color, unusual design and lettering I did not recognize. I took it home and snapped a few pictures. After a bit of online research, I discovered it was an old British penny from the reign of Queen Victoria, dated 1897. I was holding a piece of history over a century old. How did a Victorian-era British penny end up in a Coinstar machine in an American suburb? I will never know the full story, and that is part of the magic. This hobby is fun, but it is important to pursue it with safety and integrity. My number one rule is to always be aware of my surroundings. Parking lots are active environments with moving vehicles. I never get so focused on the ground that I lose track of the cars around me. I walk facing traffic when possible, and I make sure to stay on public property. I never trespass into private lots, gated areas, or construction zones. A lost coin is not worth getting into trouble or putting myself in a dangerous situation. Common sense is the most important tool you can have. Hygiene is another key consideration. The ground is not clean. Coins can be covered in dirt, grime, who knows what else. Wear gloves or have sanitizer ready. Never touch your face and wash your hands when you get home. I also never put a found coin in my mouth to try to clean it. It is just not safe. Respect for others is paramount. This is a treasure hunt, not a race. If I see a coin fall from someone's pocket, I return it. If I find a wallet or a purse, my hunt immediately stops, and the priority becomes finding the owner, turn it into the store's customer service desk or the local police. A good treasure hunter has a strong moral compass. Finally, do no harm. It can be tempting to polish a dark, old-looking coin, but this is almost always a mistake. A coin's original surface is part of its history and value. Aggressive cleaning can strip patina and decrease worth. My rule: for common, everyday coins, a gentle rinse with water is fine. For anything old, rare, or special, leave it as is until you can consult an expert. Preserving a potential treasure is always better than accidentally destroying it. So, there you have it. This is my simple, quiet, and wonderfully rewarding hobby. It has transformed the most mundane errands into opportunities for discovery. A trip for milk and bread is now a chance to find a piece of silver. A walk through a parking lot is a modern-day archaeological dig. I have learned to see the world differently, to pay attention to the small details that lie at my feet. The ground beneath us is a constantly changing landscape of tiny, drop stories, and each coin is a chapter waiting to be read. It is a feeling of connection and surprise that I truly cherish. I want to extend a warm invitation to you. Try it for yourself. You do not need to dedicate hours to it. Just start by being more observant on your next walk to the store or coffee shop. Keep your eyes open. Look in the places I have mentioned, around the carts, corrals, near the entrances, and by the vending machines.